Hello, this is the fourth and final week of the photography challenge. Thank you very much to those who have literally submitted amazing photographs every single week. It's been so nice to see your skills developing and to see how you've been inspired at home. So thank you very much. This last week is going to be a bit of a celebration, so I have picked the word joy for this week's theme. As always, think about generating ideas, look at the inspiration that I've included, and then you've got 10 photos to take during your 1 week. So, firstly, think about what it is that actually brings you joy and what it is that you can photograph. As always, I've done my own little mind map and I've kind of thought about different things that I could photograph. Things like objects, it could be people, facial expressions, mood, emotion, weather, things like making a nice tea, for example, going for your daily walk. All of these things might bring you joy within your everyday life. Remember that it's personal, so what you bring to the table is going to be different to other people. I said that I would do the photographs with you, which I have done every week apart from last week, and these are my 10 photographs that link to joy. What I wanted to talk to you this week is talk to you about is composition. So composition is really important in photography, and it's basically what makes your image look good, amongst other things as well, but composition is all about what's pleasing to the eye. Photographers use this and they use a range of different techniques, some of which I'm going to talk you through now. So the first one is leading lines. Leading lines direct your eye around the page or into the image, and you can see here that I have got some leading lines from reflections. The next one is rule of thirds. Rule of thirds is all about dividing your image equally into thirds. The idea is that you have a part of your image on an intersection, so where these four dots are is where your image intersects, and you can see that the way the grid is displayed makes your image pleasing to the eye because it is displayed in even proportions. Symmetry and patterns is another one that makes your images look really successful and really good. Again, you can see here that I've got symmetry within this image kind of reflected, and then a pattern creating with an aspect of leading lines here. The next image we've got is something called focal point. That's quite straightforward, but it just means that you have a main centre within your image, a main focal point, so something that's going to draw your eye into the image. You've also got framing, which I've framed here with my window pane, and then the framing of the sunset within the pane of the glass as well. This image is the same, so framing within your overall composition. I've tried to make it as even as possible. My lines are straight, and also you have got balance, so you can see that in each quarter of the image or each half, whichever way you want to view it, it's a balanced image, and therefore it looks good, it has good composition, it's successful. So in these images, compositional elements are obviously used, but which ones have I used? Why is it that these images are successful and look good? What compositional elements have I put into practice in these images? That's for you to have a think about. Use the PowerPoint to help you. You have some photographers that are really, really important with composition. So Henri Cartier-Bresson is an amazing photographer if you want to have a look at his work. But you can see that within this image there's loads of leading lines that are drawing your eye to this person here, which as you can see is a focal point as well. Steve McCurry is a war photographer and documentary photographer. This image here is really famous, you may have seen it, but you can think about the contrast of colours and the fact that the girl is the main focal point within the image. Edward Weston, again, is a really famous photographer, but this image is quite beautiful despite the fact that it's a vegetable, which is really kind of simple, but the way that he has composed the image makes it effective. And Vivian Mayer is a recent photographer that people have just found. She actually wasn't famous during her lifetime. Someone found her photographs at an auction and kind of found out about all of her work, but she has quite a lot of self-portraits that have got absolutely excellent composition, which you can see here. So again, thinking about the idea of a focal point, framing, rule of thirds. So now it is your turn. You have 1 week to photograph things linking to joy. Please think about composition this week and how you can incorporate things like the rule of thirds within your photographs. And I hope that you enjoy this last week. Thank you.